So before I got on here, I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw my man Kanye.
Oh no!
You know, man, my man Yeezy. He tweeted that Drake and J. Cole need to give him a public apology.
No
What?
way.
Yeah,
For
man.
Public
Yeah, I'm
apology.
serious. So
Can
do
you
you
pull it
guys
up? Did he explain why?
it was like a series of tweets, like him going at the label and saying he's not releasing any more music until he gets off of like Sony and Universal.
Really?
Good.
I'm gonna read you all the tweets. I need a public apology from J. Cole and Drake to start
That's
with.
right.
To start with immediately.
That's right.
I'm Nat Turner. I'm fighting for us.
That's all you got.
I mean, that's just one of them. There's a bunch, but I'm just reading that one. So do you think that Drake and J. Cole need to apologize to Ye?
Obviously, we're gonna go off of assumption because if he's not clearly stating in the tweet, the reasons, then I guess we're gonna assume is J. Cole making false profits. We're gonna assume is Drake, obviously, the Pusha T beef, and I wouldn't say no. If it's for those reasons, no, because one, you're an artist. Well, first of all, you're human, so you're allowed to say whatever you want. Second, if those were their experiences with him, then who are we to kind of not let them speak their truth or like their perspective? So yeah, if he's speaking about that, like what I will say about the Pusha, Kanye, and Drake situation is though, we really never got confirmation that that Kanye was the one that was really telling Pusha the things. And the only thing we know is that 40 told the girl, and then the girl who he was sleeping with told Pusha.
The information came from 40.
Right. Which, by the way, I recently visited both beef tracks, so maybe we'll talk about that after this. But so I don't think Kanye will say it, but I would like that to be clarified to a certain extent to see if he was the one that really divulged the information to Pusha. Because then that will be the part where I'd be like, yeah, he owes him an apology, or no, he doesn't owe him an apology. Because what if the whole time Drake is really just getting misinformed about who really said the information, and then he's just going at Kanye off of an assumption? But if it really came from Kanye and he finds a way that he can admit it or something, then yeah, he don't gotta apologize.
But I never know he had beef with J. Cole like that.
He doesn't. He doesn't personally. Cole decided to make a record about a couple of people, Wale, about Kanye, and I think there was somebody else who was on who the song was targeted for.
What record was that?
False Prophets. But wait, why? Remind me, why did Cole make that record? Like, what was the issue, or what did he feel like?
I don't ever recall Kanye ever egging on J. Cole for any type of diss track or anything. I remember that came out, that dropped, and I was like, kind of like, because obviously I'm a Kanye fan, so I was like, and I'm a Cole fan, so I was like, J. Cole, like, why? That was weird. Like, I don't think it just came out of nowhere.
I think it was because he was hearing what Kanye doesn't really do or does in the studio behind the scenes. So he was just kind of like, it's like when you meet your heroes and then you kind of get to know them and then they're kind of like not who you thought they were. Mm-hmm. I think he was speaking on that behalf. Like, he might not write all his own records, or he might have more people working on the production than we actually thought. So I think he was speaking in that stance. And I think it was also because of all the crazy shit Kanye has been saying, every time he speaks on the topic. So I think it was like all those things unraveled like at once. Yeah.
When did that song come out? I can't remember this.
Years ago. 2015 or 2016.
But that was just a single thing, or it was on an album?
It was just he released 2 songs. It was that one and another one, but I forget that one.
I think it was right before For Your Eyes Only.
Oh, okay.
They're both good.
That was with the music video, like by the bodega and the train or whatever.
He was on a bus.
All right, the bus is my bad.
Mm-hmm. So going back to the question where the question was, should J. Cole and Drake apologize? Well, I don't think anyone should apologize to anyone if you're being called out on Twitter. Like that shit needs to be handled behind the scenes. Like, but obviously Kanye, you know him, he's too outspoken. He doesn't have any filters. So should I think? Do I think they should apologize? No, not like that. Not in that manner. Kanye needs to go behind the scenes and figure that shit out. Which is weird because I thought Cole and Kanye were cool because if you guys remember, like a couple, I don't know if it was this dunk contest or whatever. They were pictured together. They looked fine, and I thought that shit was cleared out, but I guess not. So I guess Kanye's feeling disrespected. But
one thing is Kanye has definitely tried to get this settled behind the scenes because you hear it through the grapevines, and he's talked on Cole before, and we have seen pictures of them after False Prophets. I thought you were going to talk about Good Fridays when he had him on the feature on one of the Good Fridays that he was like the last verse. But like I said, like I don't think that's beef either. Like False Prophets to me isn't a diss record. It's just somebody who thought somebody who was somebody and then they weren't, and he just felt like he displayed that. Now, if you ask me, I don't care what the fuck I find out Kanye does or don't do, but if we're talking studio wise, because my dog has way too great of a catalog for me to destroy it. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing he's done is amateur. Before Ye, and before that, so whether it be worst case scenario, Kanye was the DJ Khaled before DJ Khaled. Still giving him the props for putting in the people he put in, choosing what gets finalized on the record. So I don't know what the fuck Cole was so distraught about that he needed to make a whole record about my idols become rivals and they're not who they are and whatever the fuck. I think that was some type of disrespect, even though I just said it wasn't a diss record, but it was disrespectful. Because it's like it doesn't really change the catalog. Like the catalog that is out is still one of the greatest catalogs to ever live in music. So
I also don't think J. Cole cares as much about this as Kanye does. I feel like J. Cole
doesn't care about this. I'm sure.
I feel like
30. He deleted tweets already. He's 30 minutes. I take no stock in anything man says it does anymore.
I feel like J. Cole is like, oh, Kanye still thinks I hate him or something. He's like, oh well.
Yeah, I think Kanye sits around and thinks of things that he needs to rehash and just like says it out loud. He's like, I'm not over this. And then like 30 minutes later, he's like, whatever. And then
I was wrong. I'm over it.
He'll figure it out later. Whatever.
Drake for sure is still petty though. That boy's still upset for sure.
I would definitely look. I don't need a Drake and Kanye collab. Everything we've gotten to me is terrible. But I would like them to sit down and have a real conversation because to clarify, like, who's really at fault and whoever's really at fault needs to really apologize.
Yeah. Just
because they're two great fucking artists, and obviously it might have too many lines have probably been crossed to get to that point, but. Kanye might also be speaking about, certain opportunities that he's either getting blocked or denied or he can't do because of affiliation with a Cole, with a Drake. So that might also be a thing where it's like, all right, fam, like, y'all ruining this shit for me. We need to, like, figure this out type shit. But that is crazy that he posted that. I didn't see that.